What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that the government does. And we also counter the corporate press narrative because they put out this narrative and they're constantly lying, y'all, all the freaking time. So we love to counter that narrative, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're talking about abortion. So if you don't want to discuss some abortion, this might not be the video for you, but I'm sure if you saw the thumbnail and clicked on the video that you would like to hear what I have to say about this ridiculous story that we've got coming from the corporate press. This is outright insanity. Check this out. Almost 7 million black women of reproductive age have little to no abortion access. Research. More than 50% of black girls and women of reproductive age live in states with little to no abortion access, according to a new report. The analysis from National Partnership for Women and Families and in our own voice, National Black Women's Reproductive Justice Agenda found that nearly 7 million black women ages 15 to 49 live in the 26 states that have banned or are likely to ban abortion. What does that tell you? Let me know down in the comments section what those two paragraphs tell you. I'll go ahead and give you a second to go ahead and type that comment up right quick and let me know. But you know what that tells me? That somebody doesn't like black people very much, because in case you guys don't know, I don't like abortion. I find it to be murderous and evil, if you will. 99% of all abortions are elective abortions, by the way. In case you don't know, that means that people choose to kill their kid because of whatever reason. It doesn't matter the reason. But somehow they've gotten hundreds of thousands of people, Democrats, leftists, to believe that you're not killing a baby, you're just destroying a fetus, you're just destroying a clump of cells. That's insane. How have they brainwashed these people to think this when they're advocating for black women to kill their babies? Like seriously. This is not a joke, by the way. We are in a crisis, if you will, called replacement, where we're not making enough babies to replace our own population. Yeah, that's right. We are well below replacement. So that doesn't bode well for the country. And we also have this little small issue with Social Security right now going on, that it's going to run out by 2033, according to studies, according to the CBO, as a matter of fact, the Congressional Budget Office. So what does that mean? We need more young people to support the older people with Social Security. So why are these people advocating for abortion? Why are they advocating for them to kill their children? It doesn't make any sense to me. And they call it a right. It's a civil right, y'all. You have the right to murder. That never made sense to me whatsoever. I never understood that. I used to be of the opinion that the woman should have the choice to do it, but it shouldn't be like, oh, I can't have a baby because I'm poor, or because of this reason, or because it's an inconvenience. It should be a choice, like, you might get pregnant, so you take a pill like the morning after pill. That kind of choice. Stop it before it takes place, right? Like once you find out you're pregnant, it's too late at that point. You've already been gestating for like a month or so by the time you really figure it out, for the most part now. Now, after that point, it's too late. The baby's done developed too much. Yeah, sure, it's not viable. And that's the whole argument here. Viability. Right? Like, so the late-term abortions absolutely make zero sense to me, because for the most part, a baby can survive outside of the womb, sure, on life support, with help from technology, if you will, but at 5 or 6 months. So anybody having a late-term abortion, why are they trying to kill it? Why not just adopt it out? There's a long waiting list of people that are ready and willing to adopt babies. But people choose to kill the baby anyway. It's never made any sense to me why they would do that. Yeah, I understand. You know, there are ectopic pregnancies and all this other stuff, but that is a very, very slim portion of the population, you know, of the pregnancies, if you will. Very, very small. Minor fraction. Let's get into it, though. The number of states to ban or limit abortion care has increased since the 2022 Supreme Court case that overturned Roe v. Wade, which guaranteed the right to abortion. I'm sorry, lies. Yeah, the corporate press lies to you a lot. And you don't have a right to murder anything. You have a right to speak. Yes, that is a God-given right. You have a right to defend yourself if you're being attacked. Yes, that is also a God-given right. You also have the right to shut up if you want to. Yeah, you have that right. You have the right, as a human being, a God-given right to be treated equally, just like everybody else. But you don't have the right to murder any human whatsoever, for any reason. They've brainwashed these people into believing that abortion is some sort of God-given or government-given right, and it's not. These people are brainwashed into thinking this, and we need to change that, folks. 14 states have banned the procedure, while others have instituted limitations on the procedure. These limitations, the authors of the study state, significantly harm millions of people across the nation, including disrupting their economic futures. So that's your argument? Because you're going to have to pay more money because you have a kid? Your kid's going to cost you a little bit, so that's your excuse for murder? Yeah, monetary gain has never been an excuse for murder. I'm sorry, there are no excuses for murder unless you get murdered. It's kind of hard to murder somebody if you're dead, right? But, well, like, where is the people standing up for the rights of the unborn child? These are people too. And the Supreme Court needs to answer this for sure, because, yeah, they're humans. So they have equal protections under the Constitution, or they should. But that's not written into our laws just yet. But I think the Supreme Court needs to answer this. Are unborn children humans? Are they persons, if you will? Yeah, I think they are. A lot of people think they are. But a lot of other people want to say otherwise. But I don't see where the argument is. The science is there on this one. Yeah, life starts at conception. Human life starts at conception. All life starts at conception, for God's sakes, but human life specifically, because that's what we're talking about, starts at conception. So how can you remove rights from a human being just because it's not viable outside the womb? So location is your argument? No, that's not a good argument. Let's keep going. The study found that 2.7 million black women living in the 26 states are economically insecure. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of assistance programs, for God's sakes. And 1.4 million of them work in service jobs. These situations make it less likely for pregnant women to access resources such as paid sick days, flexible scheduling, and the financial capabilities to travel to states that allow abortion. So that's your excuse? Really? That is your excuse. They work in service jobs. You know, how about these people never think to not get pregnant in the first place? There's your choice. That's where I'm at with this one, right? If you make the choice to have sex knowing that you could get pregnant, and then you want to kill that pregnancy, no, I'm sorry. Life doesn't work that way, right? Like, you can't just take it back when you get into a car crash. Life doesn't work that way. You fall down and break your freaking arm, you can't undo that. So once you get pregnant, that's it. You're pregnant. Unless there's some sort of extenuating circumstance where your life is in danger, or it's rape, or something like that, which I don't necessarily agree with those either, but I will concede on those points, because I do understand that's a very, complicated topic. I will concede on those points. I don't agree with them, but I will concede that. So once you get pregnant, it's over with. Like these people don't understand that. How about you get on birth control or use a freaking condom, for God's sakes? Like, once you get pregnant, that's it. Like, it makes no sense to me. You made the choice to do the deed, knowing you could get pregnant, knowing that the outcome that could possibly be the outcome, and you do it anyway, and then you want the state to allow you to murder that life. I'm sorry. There's no argument that can change my mind. None whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, I think I should change your mind, because you're murdering somebody, for God's sakes. More than 58% of the women in these states are also already mothers, but polling from In Our Own Voice found that since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, 46% of black women in these states reported thinking about not having any additional children. 34% reported worrying about being arrested in relation to a pregnancy, miscarriage, or abortion care. See, and they love to just throw that in there, the corporate press does. They love to skew it, acting like you will get in trouble if you have a miscarriage. My God, corporate press, could you ever be so blatant with your lies? Miscarriage, oh God, miscarriage is not abortion. That is an extenuating circumstance that just so happens to happen, and the baby dies in the womb. You didn't kill it, so it's not abortion. Abortion is a procedure where they physically go in. If it's in a late-term situation, they go in and chop that baby up. If it's in earlier stages, they can give you a pill to terminate that life, and you will flush it out eventually. So, if it accidentally dies or dies from complications or something, an extenuating circumstance happens that's not preventable, that's not abortion, by the way. That's a miscarriage, and that is totally fine. That doesn't fall under abortion. That would never fall under any abortion laws. So why did the corporate press throw that in there? They're lying to you. They're trying to sway you to think that abortion is a good thing and that abortion bans are bad. Republicans are bad. Once again, it comes back to that, and I'm sure they'll mention Donald Trump. Yeah, I haven't read this whole story, but I'm sure they'll mention Donald Trump in here somewhere. I'm surprised they didn't mention Donald Trump when they talked about Roe v. Wade. It just blows my mind. Oh, they didn't mention, evil orange man, evil orange Hitler over here, and evil bad Republicans because they want to ban your right to kill somebody. No, I'm sorry. Republicans aren't evil. They see murder as evil. So, they want to try to stop as much evil as they can, at least on that topic. Not to mention all their corruption is evil as well. Yeah, Republicans are corrupt, by the way, in case you don't know. We do have some good Republicans out there. I will say that. I will concede. We do have a few good Republicans in Congress and in state legislatures and all this other stuff. But state legislatures, they're not nearly as bad as Washington, D.C. As Washington, D.C. is a hell pit. It's a hellscape of just corrupt, twisted individuals that get turned in to tools of the state, if you will, and vote in the interest of the lobby and all that good stuff. It's nasty. I would love to be able to go to Congress and clean that biatch up. 43% also reported thinking about the risk of maternal mortality to themselves or a partner. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's a risk with every single pregnancy, so that's not an excuse. Black women have some of the highest rates of maternal mortality, though most maternal deaths are preventable. Duh. The report states that abortion bans exacerbate the maternal mortality rate for minority women because hospitals have closed their maternity wings, creating widespread maternity care deserts. Really, corporate press? Are you freaking serious? You're advocating for abortion because a hospital closed its maternal ward. I'm sorry. I don't know of any hospital that would close its maternity ward, for crying out loud. Like, I want to see the data on this. Really. Like, seriously, that sounds like BS to me. telling me you can't have a baby. You need to get an abortion because the hospital can't deliver your baby because they don't have a maternity ward? Are you freaking serious? In some cases, providers are leaving states with abortion bans. Oh, that's what they're talking about. Reproductive care providers. That's what you meant, not maternity wards in hospitals. Once again, the corporate press freaking lying to everybody. Adding that the shortage of healthcare providers, those that stay may be forced to compromise care, including to women experiencing pregnancy complications or emergencies. Yeah, freaking right. Give me a freaking break. Get out of here. You can't lie to me. I will expose your lie, corporate press. Of the 26 states that have banned or are likely to ban abortion, 17 also have above average maternal mortality rates, the report found. 8% of black women of reproductive age live in Georgia, which has a 6-week abortion ban and one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the country. So, yeah, you got 6 whole weeks to decide if you want to have that kid or not. That's a good amount of time. That's longer than you should have, I will say. Yeah, that's outright nuts. If you can't decide in that, well, actually, you've already made that decision. You have already made that decision. If you have sex, unprotected sex, knowing you could get pregnant, and you get pregnant, you have already made that choice to have a baby. I'm sorry. There's no argument around that. If you have one that I don't know about, leave it down in the comment section, because I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to argue with you about it, because I highly doubt there is a good explanation as to why you should be able to murder your child 6 weeks after it started growing. About 9% of black women of reproductive age live in Texas, where abortion is banned and where black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related issues than any other minority group. 8% of black women of reproductive age live in Florida, which bans nearly all abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Black women in Florida are 2 to 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. The organizations are now urging lawmakers to use the Black Reproductive Justice Policy Agenda as a guide for creating policy that strengthen access to coverage of abortion, to dignified and safe pregnancy and birth, to equitable health care, and to the social, economic, political, and cultural supports needed for black people and families to thrive. Holy crap, if that is not genocidal, I don't know what is. You are outright telling black women to not have babies. That's a bit racist, if you ask me. How the hell can these people get off actually getting out there and saying, oh, black women, you should kill your babies? You should kill your babies because of your financial situation, or for any situation. It doesn't really matter the situation. You should just kill your black babies while we're in a crisis of replacement. Yeah, how much sense does that make? Yeah. They're doing this because people want to have easy lives and they don't want to have children. Why? Why do you resist natural instincts to reproduce? That is one of our main reasons for existence. Yeah, at one point, think about this. If you are for abortion, think about this. You were once that clump of cells, that fetus that could have been just killed in an instant, and you wouldn't be here anymore. Most people don't think about that because once they think about it, oh, they're thankful to their parent for the life that was given to them. Yeah, they don't want to be not existing at all, right? I mean, most people don't want to be not existing. I mean, how the hell do you feel about that? Let me know down in the comments section. But that's all I got on this one, y'all. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.